she arrived on 90 Day Fiancé calling herself a cougar, confident, successful, a 52-year-old businesswoman from Michigan who owned a chain of medical spas and wasn't afraid to spend her money on love. 4 years later, she'd been banned from the tell-all, investigated by her state's attorney general, publicly accused a cast member of sexual assault, threatened to sue one of the biggest networks on television, and then it disappeared into a quieter life while none of it ever got properly resolved. Stephanie Davison didn't just have a bad reality TV experience. She walked into a machine and got chewed up, and the way she came out the other side is one of the most disturbing stories the 90 Day franchise has ever produced. Not because of what aired, but because of everything that didn't. Let's go through it, all of it. To understand how badly this all went wrong, you have to understand who Stephanie was before TLC got involved. She met Ryan Carr in 2018 on a vacation to Belize. He was 27, she was 52, and she fell completely. She started sending him $1,300 every single month. She arranged for him to quietly receive additional income through a resort owned by her friend. She bought him a $3,000 snake-themed watch. She flew to Belize repeatedly, building what she genuinely believed was a relationship. In return, Ryan was barely present. He was hard to reach by phone. He showed minimal enthusiasm about marriage. He seemed fundamentally uninterested in building a life with her in Michigan. The red flags were everywhere. She chose not to see them, or maybe she saw them and hoped money and patience would change things. Then COVID hit. The pandemic stalled Ryan's K-1 visa process and gave him the perfect cover to keep delaying. As by August 2020, the relationship finally buckled under the weight of financial strain and Ryan's lack of reciprocation. They broke up. And here's where the story takes its first dark turn, because even after the breakup, TLC came calling, and Stephanie said yes. Stephanie and Ryan's relationship ended before filming for season 8 even began. She later revealed they broke up in August 2020, months before the cameras arrived in October. So what exactly was she filming? According to Stephanie, her producers offered her a deal. She could continue on the show and use the platform to promote Skin Envy, her non-surgical weight loss business, as long as she played along with the fiction that the relationship was still alive. She agreed, and from that moment on, she was performing a breakup that had already happened for an audience that had no idea. And she later claimed she and Ryan could only fake the relationship for so long before Ryan said he had enough and walked off the production entirely. At that point, producers needed another solution. They found one. His cousin, Harris Flowers, was a 29-year-old farmer from Belize. He was also married with children. Stephanie knew this, and what followed, whether genuinely or for cameras, became the subplot that defined her season and destroyed her reputation. And Stephanie later insisted she had no interest in a romantic relationship with Harris, and that at no point did she ever consider a K-1 visa for him. She said she only encouraged a work visa. But this directly contradicted what aired on TLC, where Stephanie was shown speaking to the mother of Harris's children to obtain her blessing to bring him to the United States. So either Stephanie was lying in her later denials, or producers fabricated and staged scenes that weren't real, as both possibilities are disturbing. And in the world of 90 Day Fiancé, both are entirely plausible. Here is where Stephanie's story stops being messy reality TV drama and starts being something genuinely serious. During the October 2020 filming trip to Belize, Stephanie was attacked, not by a person, but by sandflies. It sounds minor. It wasn't. She was allergic. Severely, she sustained hundreds of bites that triggered life-threatening reactions, requiring hospitalization, IV treatments, and medical intervention for her swelling, infection, and vocal cord damage. Stephanie wrote in an Instagram comment that the people who worked for the production company had deceived her and that she had been sexually assaulted while shooting her scenes in Belize. She described the incident as stealthing, Ryan removing a condom during a sexual encounter without her knowledge or consent. She said she told production staff immediately. She says they pressured her to continue filming intimate and romantic scenes with him anyway. They needed the storyline. They needed the content. and she says her trauma was an obstacle they worked around rather than a reason to stop. If that is true, it is one of the most serious allegations ever leveled against a major American reality TV production. And TLC's response: they uninvited her from the tell-all and never addressed it publicly. And when 90 Day Fiancé Season 8's tell-all filmed in Los Angeles, Stephanie was not there. Host Sean Robinson announced it at the top of the special. Stephanie posted a selfie around the same time and wrote, "LA tell-all? I wasn't there. More about that at a later time." That later time came in the form of her own self-produced tell-all, a video series she posted from her couch called Sofa Talk with Steph. The videos were long, they were emotional, yet they were rambling in the way that someone who has been holding too much for too long tends to ramble when they finally start talking. She accused producers of manipulating 98% of her storyline. She warned that more cast members would come forward, and a few did. Fellow alumni Memphis Smith and Andrew Kenton both spoke out about deceptive editing and producer manipulation, lending credibility to her broader claims about the franchise's practices. But Stephanie went further than any of them. She named assault. She threatened lawsuits. She burned the bridge so completely that there was no coming back. As if the TLC battle wasn't enough, 2021 brought a second front, and Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel reached an agreement with Stephanie after she had appeared on a lifestyle show and claimed that ipamorelin and sermorelin injections from Skin Envy could prevent COVID-19 and strengthen the immune system. Stephanie signed an assurance of voluntary compliance. She was required to post a public retraction on Instagram for 30 days, update the Skin Envy website with proper health warnings, and pay $4,000 toward the Attorney General's investigation costs. Whatever sympathy she'd built with her assault allegations evaporated for a large portion of the audience, and she called the investigation the worst thing I've ever endured. In the same breath, she was publicly describing surviving a sexual assault and being denied $100,000 in medical bills from a life-threatening allergic reaction. Stephanie promised the world she was going to court. She hired an attorney. She used legal hashtags in every post, and she positioned herself as the woman who was finally going to expose what TLC had been doing to cast members for years. The lawsuit never materialized, and here's the cold reality of why. Reality TV contracts are iron fortresses. The non-disclosure agreements that cast members sign before filming are specifically designed to prevent exactly what Stephanie was trying to do by going public with her accusations, making legal threats, and posting explosive videos. If she pushed things further, Stephanie's future in the franchise was definitively closed after her original season. She has not appeared in any spin-off or return installment. Her one season, of roughly $1,000 per episode, was all she'd ever see from TLC. The network won. They always do. By 2025, yet Stephanie Davison is 56 years old and living in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Skin Envy still operates. The business survived the COVID investigation, the public scandal, and 4 years of controversy. She's estimated to be worth around $1.5 million, a testament to the fact that whatever else happened to her, she built something real with her own hands before any of this started. And her Instagram has shifted away from explosive rants toward a quieter mix of business promotions and content featuring her beloved pet cat. She occasionally surfaces on podcasts about reality TV exploitation, rehashing claims without offering new revelations, and the legal threats have gone quiet. The Instagram storms have calmed, but the questions she raised never got answered. TLC never addressed the assault allegations publicly. The medical bills were never confirmed as settled. No investigation was opened. No producer was named. Stephanie Davison is easy to dismiss. She was chaotic. She made bad choices before the cameras and in front of them. She promoted unproven COVID cures during a pandemic. She slept with a married man. She made wild accusations in rambling videos that made it easy for people to say she was unstable rather than victimized. But here's what I keep coming back to. If even a fraction of what she described is true, The assault, the pressuring of a sexual assault survivor to continue filming intimate scenes, the denial of $100,000 in medical bills for injuries sustained on the job. Yes, it's about a woman who got hurt, asked for help, was ignored, and then had her credibility destroyed so thoroughly that no one had to answer for it. The machine ate her, and then it kept rolling. If this video hit differently, drop a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.